channel tutorial of many more to come. This is number 1, so I'm still learning, trial and error. But if you do love what you see, please subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. For all of those under MUA Karla Trevino. Yes, I am Latina, and yes, you will be hearing a little bit of Tex-Mex here and there, okay? But if you like this look, this emerald amazingness happening right here, then just keep on watching. Hey guys, we're gonna be starting. I already have one eye done. So we're gonna go in with our LA Girl, the color Classic Ivory, and usually I like to put this in the back of my hand if I'm working with a client or on myself, but since this one, we are squeezing the life out of it, I'm just gonna use the brush that comes along with it. So I'm just gonna prime all over the eye, and we already did the brows. All right, so you want to set it, and what I usually use is just my regular setting powder. I'm using the Revlon Colorstay in the color Fair Light, and what I like to do is I like to put a little bit on my hand, and then with a fluffy brush of any kind, I'm going to use this one, simply dust it over just so that you can have a really smooth base to work on. I'm gonna start off with our Lorac palette, Lorac Pro. We're gonna go in with camel, a mix of camel and sepia or sepia. So I'm gonna be working towards the outer V all the way in, and I'm mixing those two colors. All we want to really work on is setting the crease so that we don't have harsh lines when it comes to transitioning, because we are going with that dark emerald and plummy colors. Go ahead and go in with Dusty Plum, which is right there, little family on the first row. And again, kind of working it in the outer V in towards the crease area. And we're taking it a little bit at a time. So you don't want to go too hard. It's better to build than to take off, especially with darker colors. Now, when I was thinking of this emerald look, I wanted to add like a cranberry tone around it, like a halo. So in order to do that, we're gonna start with Mulberry, and it's more of like a cranberry shade. Again, starting very, very light. And same deal right here, going in to the outer V, and then slowly working it in to the inner part of the crease. And what I like to do is I like to extend my eyeshadow because I do have smaller eyes. So with my brush, I'm just kind of creating like a little bit of a cat eye right here. And again, I want to look straight to kind of see where I'm going to be at, because if I raise my eyebrow and I work the product, then when I go ahead and look forward normally, I have a bit of a hooded eye, not too intense, but it does influence how I apply my eyeshadow, and I like to run it and then look straight and kind of get that right there so that you can still see the color. We're gonna go in and darken it a little bit more with the color Merlot, and again, it's like a purpley cranberry shade. And again, going to the outer V, bringing it down a little bit to kind of warm up and set the tone for our emerald color right here. So again, you want to make sure that you are blending it. All right, so we are getting that wash of color, the halo, so that we can kind of work our way into that emerald. I'm gonna go into that deep teal color, and again, just want to go slow and in control, and we're just gonna pat it all over the lid. Once you cover your entire lid, we are going to switch out really quickly, and we're going to be using our 12-hour Made to Last eyeshadow pencil in Endless Emerald by Jordana. And all we're going to do is put where we put the green stuff. You want to be careful because it does dry quickly. So you want to start at the very like base of the eyelash and kind of work your way up a little bit at a time using, I'm gonna go with my finger because a synthetic brush is just not gonna cut it. I'm gonna just kind of start smoothing it over. And when you touch it, you're going to notice that it's a little bit of a drier formula. But just continue to work it all the way up to your crease. If you do have more of a hooded eye, you don't want to go as high. But I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way to the socket. So if I'm looking down in the mirror, I have kind of an idea of where I'm going. And if I'm looking straight ahead, then I can see, okay, this is gonna be visible. Now you will notice that with this pencil, it is almost impossible to blend. So with the edges, we're gonna need a little bit of help with eyeshadow, and that's okay. So I have a mostly kind of like blended area right there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the teal color that we were using from the Lorac palette to help us smooth out those edges. We're gonna go in with that deep teal and kind of help us smooth those edges a little bit so that nobody knows where you put that pencil. And again, looking at your mirror at some kind of angle to make sure that you are getting the top of the crease. So you don't want any harsh lines to go and ruin your hard work. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend as much as I can. And then what I'm gonna do is pick up a little bit more of that mulberry and work it again into that V area. To kind of brighten it up a little bit. And again, looking to the side so I can kind of extend it a little bit. If you are happy with the result, which I'm currently I am, you're gonna notice that you did not completely get rid of the line between the green pencil and your swiping motions. So the way that we are going to kind of fix that and mask it, but still kind of keep it glamorous, is we're gonna go in with a Pop eyeshadow in the color Bay. So right here, Bay. It is kind of like a blue, brown, purple pigment. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna clean our finger and we're gonna dip it in here. And all we're gonna do is cover the entire lid. And we're taking it a little bit at a time, starting with the center of the lid. This is just gonna add a sparkle, a beautiful sparkle when you walk in the room. I don't know why I'm doing an accent anyways. It to about a little bit over your crease area so they can really help you kind of blend out that pencil. You should be noticing a sparkle by now. And you're gonna cover the entire lid. It's not gonna take away from the emerald, it's gonna give it just like a bluish kind of tint so that when you are under lights that it's gonna sparkle. Okay, and we're not done with the sparkle there because this is Christmas and this is party season, so we need a sparkle. Move on to two e.l.f. eyeshadows, the long-lasting lustrous eyeshadow, and we're gonna go in with a purpley tone one and a white tone one, but let's focus on the purple one. I'll put the product names in the description box. e.l.f., what's up? What's up? It doesn't have a name. What's up with that? Anyways, we're gonna grab it on our finger and we're gonna work it in the beginning, so the inner third of our eye, and you're kind of extending it in to give you more of a sparkle. Again, you're going to dip your finger, make sure it is nice and blended into the other color, and I want to make sure that everything is as nicely blended as possible. So to highlight our brow bone, so e.l.f. Baked Highlighter is a beautiful color. And you're gonna grab your fluffy brush and you're gonna dab it in there. And we're going to take it in our brow bone. Now I don't want it to be like so glowy that all that people focus on is right there. So I'm kind of going light hand. And at the same time, I'm using it to kind of blend out the top section of the eyeshadow, the inner corner, to kind of brighten that up. And since the inner corner is not as bright as we want it, that's when we're gonna go in with our e.l.f. Lustrous eyeshadow in a pearly color. It's right here. Again, you're gonna grab your finger, and with this eyeshadow, the only bad part is that sometimes it'll crumble or you'll bring it in chunks. So I think it's best to use your finger to kind of even it out. And we're gonna place it in the inner corner to kind of really brighten up the look. So as you can see, bam! Make sure that you are blending wherever you're highlighting, because sometimes people just like focus all of this bright stuff and I can see like, hey, you didn't go back and blend it out. Okay, so we are done with the eyes for right now. I'm going to go in and finish off my eyeliner, and I'll be back in a second. We are done with our eyes. I'm gonna be trying the Hard Candy Primer 12 Hours. I just got this. I don't know if I'm gonna love it or hate it, but let's try it. Usually I have extremely dry skin, so it smells like kind of like glue, like paint glue. I don't know. Maybe I went a little heavy on it, but we're going for like an extreme coverage look. And let's see how amazing I love this or not. It feels like sticky. We're gonna be going in with the Fit Me Dewy. There is this motion when you're blending, so you don't want to tap, but when you want to blend without taking off too much product, I tend to do that. Kind of working in powder. Again, I'm just dumping some in patting motions right around the eye. Regular drill. We've seen this before. And so when I get all of this already where I need it to be, pat, pat, pat. All right, then we're gonna do the weird stuff. Then I'm going to go ahead and pat every single spot on my face. to that first two combo that we did, sepia and camel, right under the eye. So we're going for a very bold eye look. All right, so right now we are basically done with the eyes. We're gonna go in with that emerald pencil and we're gonna work it into the inner lash line. So that we can really intensify the green effect. A 12-hour pencil, but in brown. And all we're gonna do with this one is kind of run it at the edge, right beneath that green color, to kind of add a little bit of a smoke without going too heavy. Again, after we place this, we're gonna go back with the brush. Don't go crazy placing this because this is super hard to work with once it sets. Going for a cat eye kind of bolder look, but if you do not want to do such heavy under eye, then you can just go simply with the lighter brown colors to kind of really wrap up the eye look. To be doing a pink neutral lip, kind of like to complement the cranberry tones on our eyes, but you could do a nude, you can do a red lip if you like, but I'm gonna go and finish off the lips so that we can finally add some lashes and be done. I know, I'm weird, I have no order when I'm doing makeup. Okay, so I'm going in with Easy Liner Jordana Rock and Rose. I'm going to go in with the Navi Liquid Velvet Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the color Nude. I really like this formula, it's quite comfortable. I really like this lip combination, but I'm gonna go in with the Jcat's lip gloss and Bittersweet, and I'm not gonna overdo this gloss. I just want to kind of like bring it down just a little. Vermilion. So this versus that. I'm gonna go with this one. Go in with the Koko lashes and Goddess. We are pretty much done. All we're gonna go in with is our Scandinavia spray. So there you go, guys. This is the finished look. I hope you loved it. If you did, please subscribe. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. This is the first video of many more to come. See you next time.